To a new TPT critiqued. We haven't done this one in quite a while, so I'm excited for a new one. This time, I was going to say this month, but we don't do them every month. This time I am focusing on all-in-one middle school. Here, as you can see, I like this, as if you were wondering, by the way. Sorry, let's back up. Hello, welcome to the channel. We're doing a TPT critique this time. When I do a TPT critique, I just go to the last TPT critique and I look at the comments and I pick somebody out of the comments. So if you would like your store featured, you can leave your store in the comments, as well as a couple of just things to let me know, like what you are trying to do, how long you've been up here, and all of that good stuff. So there's a lot of really great things happening in all-in-one middle school that I really want to point out. A couple of things that we can tweak, and she's been on here since last March, which is a pretty good time because still pretty new, honestly, at that point, but that's long enough that you can start to actually kind of get your feet underneath you and know what you're doing. So here we are in all-in-one middle school. The first thing I am going to say is, here's a couple thoughts. I would maybe switch this so that either the logo is larger or have the name on the bottom of the picture. Just personally, because when you see the logo from afar, it's really, really small, so it might be easier to see. Secondly, I really like this. Especially simplify your planning, streamline your teaching, and enjoy more free time. All you need is one slideshow, because you're really emphasizing look, my products are really complete. They have a lot of stuff. And as I was looking through, I saw that her products really are complete. They have a lot of stuff in one product instead of being, small things that are just quick. They're more like units, large lesson plans, and stuff like that, which is really great. So I love that you're emphasizing that before people even get down to your store. I would maybe make that part bigger and maybe see if you could switch this up a little bit so that those words are larger, because when I look at it, it is just kind of a lot of words just right off the bat. And so if people are skimming, you want to always think about those skimmers. Secondly, as I'm looking at these featured products, I love that they're seasonal, because that's great. And I also love how well these covers match. Just right off the bat, having those matching covers right up front is great. I would maybe make the title a little bit bigger, because the title and then the descriptions are the same size. And so you want the title to be just a bit bigger so that you can kind of see that. Over here we have lots of custom categories, which is great to help people with their shopping, and I like how you have the different icons so that it makes it a little bit easier, especially here you've got hearts, and then you have the bundles and stuff. You do have a lot of stars, so I would maybe see if you could switch those into some are stars and some are something else. I always like to start with the free download, so I opened up the free, maybe I didn't open it up, sorry. I went to the free download, which currently has 111 downloads. And so it says, easy lesson to write 2 original poems. Now, usually a free download is the first thing that we post, so not anything fussy, but I would make the pictures bigger, and I would maybe make the real picture really large, and then the computer maybe down on the side so that you can see that it's digital and print. But it's free, so do you need to put quite as much thought into the free ones? I don't know. Y'all let me know down below in the comments what you think. So this is a zip file. Just FYI, I sometimes have people who cannot open zip files. I don't know why, but it just becomes a big thing. There's a button, by the way, if you're not on Mac, if you are on a PC, you have to click extract all. If you don't click extract all, then you won't be able to open. So that's usually what the problem is. So I see it's 2 PowerPoints. This is going to look super funky because I don't have PowerPoint. So we'll see. So if it, looks wonky, that's on my end, not on her end. So let's see. We've got a cover, a little thing for the teachers. I love that your product goes to a bundle. This is not linked, by the way. So if you export it as a picture and then re-upload it, you have to add the link in there after that. So let's see, examples are great. And then bios. Yeah, that's really fun. That'll be good because that would take, you could probably do, if I were teaching this, which I don't teach, English, but I would do this on one day, I would do this on a second day, so that would give me 2, options to try it out, and then I would know whether or not I would want to buy your bundle. Let's see, what's the second one do? Is it a colored version? Looks like it. Okay. All right, so it looks like we got a color and a black and white version. Printables, or maybe are you showing this on the screen? If you are showing this on the screen because it says digital, I would always go horizontal with digital products, because when I open it up, this is not how I would normally look at it on a computer. So again, it's free, but there we go. Then I started looking down and seeing kind of like what, I always love to see what like the most popular products are and just kind of see what those look like. I would edit your photos to make them a little bit brighter so that you can see them better. And also, again, I'm going to say this a lot, big pictures, because I still can't really tell what this is. Like I can see that it's, something that I'm using crayons and markers for, but I cannot tell what it is. This one, I love this cover. I think this one looks really nice. There's quite a few of these that have like the little, bullet points. That's what I'm going for. The little bullet points, those would not be the best thing for a cover, because a cover needs to be really eye-catching, and so you want to make sure that you have some sort of picture so I know what I'm looking at. I did, however, click on some of those, and one thing I wanted to point out is how good the listings look. So even though there's not a photo here, we have a video. I love that you have this thing on the top that says this preview uses audio, so pump up the volume, because I typically don't have the volume on when I'm looking at TPT. So that's really nice, just like little note to have in there. I didn't look at it. You might want to have,
because that's where they're 3 and
yeah. I like to have some kind of titles on mine, just because people aren't always, again, listening with the volume on, because you might be like at school while the kids are doing something or whatever. But I love these thumbnails are really good because they're so specific. So we have one thumbnail that says we've got these 4 lessons, exactly what the lessons are. Each lesson's an interactive slideshow, so I know what I'm getting. And then you also get 2 Google Forms quizzes. I love that there's a picture of them there, and then final assessment with rubric. Like there's just so many good things about these 3 thumbnails that I think we could all learn from. Having those, like, she really thought about what are things that I need to pull out and make really obvious, and these, I would guess that these are the most important things about the product, so that those are the most important things we want to have. And I love that you have the text on there, the yellow at the bottom, that's like making sure that people don't miss those things. We got standards linked, which is great, and also a preview. So I love that you're using every inch of your product listing. This is also really high up on bestsellers, which is great. Now with the preview, I like that we have these little things. I'm assuming is for the preview because it has little like descriptors here, and you can see like this says, oh look, it's linked. I would say one little thought is this is much easier for me to look at on a computer. So for a preview, again, I try to go horizontal. I go for like screen size so that people can see it on the computer, because you just always want to think about where people are seeing it from. Actually, when I first opened it up, it was a lot bigger, and I had to make it smaller so that I could see all of this. But I love these little things that are giving us more information about the preview, and then you have the word preview over there so people can steal your stuff, which is great. And those occur, like you can see, all throughout the pages, which is excellent because people see kind of exactly what they're getting, which is what you want. You want people to know what they're getting so that when they get it, they are not at all shocked or surprised, and then when they're looking at it, they're like, oh yes, I definitely need that because I can see how amazing it is. So that's something we should all be doing. Down here in the description, I also like how we have keywords here. You specify that this is a month-long unit, which is a good thing to know, because if I'm looking at this, especially looking at it being like, ooh, $30, do I want $30? That like month-long is going to be the thing that sells me on it. And then I love how specific this is. And again, for those people who are skimming, those bold words and then these bullet points right here are going to make a huge difference. I love that you have the like what I recommend situation so that people kind of know like what you would suggest, and then different things that people might need to know. Like there's so much information here, which I love because some people are going to want to read all of this. I love the video on setting up Google Classroom. That is an excellent thing to have, just so that people like know how to make it work, because I get that comment sometimes. People are like, I don't use Google Classroom and how do I use this and stuff. So those are good things to have on there as well. Check out the video preview. That's a great thing to do so that people know to like go and look at that. And so just, I love how detailed this is, and then how you also have like kind of the quick version with the bullet points. That's so nice. I would maybe put in that first paragraph, the only thing I think I would add is saying maybe what grade I would use this with, or adding middle school. You have middle schoolers, but I would add maybe the grades, so that people just have, or maybe like put American history or something along those, U.S. history, something along those lines, because those might be things people are searching for. But you don't have to do that because it already is looking really great. So love those things. Then you can see here's a bundle. I'm a little confused why the bundle's like, it looks like the bundle only has one extra product, but still. What I like about this one is that she specified what each of the products are. I would prefer more pictures on these, but I love that you can see like, oh, I'm getting this, I'm getting this, I'm getting this. That's super nice. And then here I saw a couple photos that look like this. I'm not sure where you're making your thumbnails on, but if you're making them on Canva, you can add a like, I don't know what to call it. You can add a little like photo section where you can make it the right size, and then you can just add the photo to it, and it like automatically goes on there. A grid, I think is what it's called. A grid. You can add a grid on there, and then you can add the photo, and then it will be the correct size, so you won't have this like weird thing over here on the sides. So that would be the only thing that I would say about that. But I love how specific all of your thumbnails are. That's something I saw like all throughout the thing. And then the last thing I wanted to look at was this Mother's Day poetry project. I thought that was a cute one. You've got quite a few poetry things in here, which is great because, again, always think in terms of product lines and bundles. I would, again, maybe make this bigger, like have it zoomed in more maybe, because, again, I can't see it very well. So I'm like, I see that there's papers. I see that there's maybe a like craft situation, but it's hard for me to tell. And when you're on that like search page, you just want to make sure it's like big and bold and obvious. Again, we have the video preview that has the volume, and then this is really great. I would brighten this picture up so we can see it, but I love that you have an example so people know kind of like what they're getting. This I would add either words over, or I would make it kind of like your other thumbnails. I don't know if this is like, this is the hard thing, is it's like I don't know what's new and what's old and all that kind of stuff, but I would maybe update the thumbnails a little bit to match like the other ones, because I loved how specific these are and how nice they look. And so I would maybe update these to match that and brighten up that photo. I just edit my photos in my photo app because I'm lazy, and so I just turn the brightness like up really high on paper products, especially because it's white, and so you want it to look white, so I just brighten it like way up. Let's see, also got a preview. Yeah, so same thing. I would update this to be horizontal, but I love that you have like the things in here that's showing, giving you more information. Or even if you want to export these as photos and then add the photos to the preview, that way they're smaller, so you're less worried about people taking them, but you can have a couple on a page and then have the information for that as well. So just a thought. I also, I have plenty of products that need some updates. So I never say, just so that y'all know, I never come at this as like a, even though it's called a critique, I never come at it as in a critique kind of way. I always come at it as, here are things you can improve, because we want everything to be as best as possible. And I have things at my store I need to fix and I need to change, and I'm aware of that and I do try, but it's just helpful to have those things printed or pointed out at you. So here we've also got information about with like the details. I love that it's like, you know, you can use it here. You have this, you have access to this. The bold is really nice. You've got Mother's Day, gift for mom is probably another one. Poem. I would take this little slash out just in case that messes with SEO. And same thing here. Directions and examples included. And I like that you have what the teachers are going to need, because that's something that is really helpful. It's really frustrating when you buy a resource and then be like, oh, I didn't know that I needed these things. So that's really a nice little touch as well. All right, friends, I think that was most, I like how you have a little follow me thing here. I think that was most of what we've got. I'm assuming these are the newer covers because these look really nice. Like, look at that. Ooh, beautiful. Look at that title, how big it is. And then look how the most important thing is the biggest thing on here as well. Love that. Looks so nice. This one I would update. And yeah, so always fun to look through everything. Here again, I would update that to have pictures. This one I like quite a bit, that it's like big, you can see what it is, text is big, all of those. So always love looking through these. I love seeing what y'all have going on and just kind of, you know, seeing what's up, seeing how we can all improve our things, because I look at your store and I'm like, oh, those are things that I need to work on. Like, your thumbnails look so good that like I need to make sure my thumbnails look, you know, are really specific and helpful as well. So keep up the good work, you know, update a couple of those little things. And yeah, summer's coming so soon. We shall have time to actually make all these things happen. If you would like your store to be critiqued, then let me know down below in the comments. Leave your store name as well as a little bit of information, like how long you've been on TPT, what you sell, and you know what your niche is, and any other important things that you want me to know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.